Got us team 1 together with Bibs, the Affliction Warlock, hanging out. Koopa on the out. I'm liking that set. Those shoulders, big fan. Massive fan. Look at those things. Those were added back in WoD, right? And they have these like knives that shoot out. Just go charge it up and go pew. It's so good. Got us Nigel. I'm going to call him Nigel. With Shamans as well as Talon in the back. It looks like Bibs is going to be first one up and running with Katarina over for the team 1. A little bit of that Arcane, a little bit of that Affliction Warlock as he busts in there with a breath immediately. Going to actually be able to get CC on both him as well as Succubus. Succubus definitely to establish CC onto Katarina and is actually going to be able to do, but a bit of a DR though off the bat. Get himself a quick interrupt. Poly yet again, full burst available. Is this going to be where you just commit all the damage? Bibs just got himself defenses. He's got to have to rotate here. As Cat got himself full lust available. Potential lots of damage wall right now as Bibs, how much to just tank up? Actually going to even get a Darkly up and running, but everything, the entire set of his pets and everything getting knocked down as Katarina left atop of the bridge, just barraging him with just all of his arcane might, massively just blasting him out with missiles. Bibs, not in a great spot, got himself a bit of cover, but Katarina's not even giving you any breathing space whatsoever. Just charging at you directly. Bibs got to get himself full haunt, full set of dots, maybe even add a couple of fears, I think, in there. Just got to establish some control of that situation. But Cat, I think, is just trying to see if he can set up a big go. Touch of the Magi, potentially a big setup. Going to be a Trinket, staying really, really aggressive. Bibs with the shield, but it's not going to last long at all, man. This is going to be going down. Mortical giving him a little bit of recovery into a fear right after. Bibs, that was feared for his Bibs was feared for his life there. It was just like, all right, panic. Just throw every CC at the guy. Hope for the best. Nigel in, trying to see if he can be the Mage Slayer here versus Katarina. Got himself a little bit all the time. Can maybe reposition back to a different spot whenever they want to. Stun onto Cat, does have a blink in order to into a wall. This is unfortunate, but is able to maybe almost catch the Demon Hunter as he swings around. What a nice little backflip. The guy just absolutely is in control of his class's mobility kit and got himself a quick demon, slaying it, picking up that soul, devouring it really quickly. And he's gonna blast out Cat, stun right after Blade Dance to follow. Is he trying to see if he can get himself a little bit extra pressure versus the Mage. Poly right after Trinket, very aggressively here, trying to see if we can maybe end this. Shadow Melt for the next set of Polys. You just need one extra big global. Stun. Mage does go blinking way on top of the platform. If you could just get a couple of glaive throws in, I think it just might be lights out for the Mage. Does not have an Ice Block. I don't even know if he's trying to pick up the eyes or whatnot, but not a great spot all the time, barely keeping you alive. It is going to be able to give you a little bit of mobility at the very least. Katarina picking up a little bit of heals with the shields, but if Nigel can just get a couple more glaive tosses and let the dots just rot through his shields, you will be okay. He's trying to create every obstacle for the Demon Hunter, but this man is just used to running obstacles. Just chase out of the Mage like it's nothing. Trying to see if he can go for a bit of a backflip does not give him that immunity that he was hoping for. That's a little bit of a rough one. I think after like you gotta double jump forward, then backflip, and try to see if you can rush through it. Maybe that'll give you that immunity. But yeah. Katarina is still alive though. At least he lived it. Hold on. Maybe you can turn this around. Full cooldowns are available. If you could just get yourself a proper go, Breath could maybe be your primer. Prime Breath, Poly, full burst from a distance, blast him out to smithereens. If you get enough procs, you might actually be okay. Nigel just trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a better situation here. Trying to use the line of sight in order to find cover as he's approaching the Mage. Breath, Primer, perfect opportunity. Katarina may just end it right now. Ring of Fire, maybe big go. Full Arcane Surge. The Demon Hunter's gonna have to chase through the fire and the flames hunt in order to counter the damage. Does get himself an interrupt on the arcade. Oh, and Nigel does end up clawing it back. Oh my goodness. This guy, well done. Is it gonna be Root next? We got us as 3 rogues actually. I didn't realize we got a Grifka. We got a What a Cry. And we got Plush. Wait, are they all subs? Okay, no. We can't do 3 sub rogues like that. Yo, Plush, we're gonna have to make some changes there. No 3 sub rogues, man. It's bad enough when we have 2 sub rogues with advantage cooldown resets, but 3, I mean, it's just double trouble as is, but triple? No. This Cry just goes in. No out for the... Actually, Demon Hunter did have a Trinket by the looks of it, but I think he was trying to maybe deny using it that early and just was maybe hoping that, okay, maybe I'll live this opener and I'll be okay, but if I send in a Trinket now, it's just over. That's a rough one. That is a rough one. Cry does end up taking that a totem, able to get out of there immediately. I was hoping it was Kioska's group versus triple rogue. No. Yeah, we're gonna have to separate the triple rogue thing. Yeah, you can't do that, man. That's a little much. That's a little much. Stun onto Shaman's WannaCry. Try to see if you can blast him out. I don't know if his name is WannaCry or if it's like every person he faces told him, hey, every time I fight you in a duel, I want to cry. So it's just like, that's going to be my name. That's it. I figured it out. Burrowed down for Shamanzi. Is just trying to see if he can hide away from the rogue, but a blind right after. Man, we have a rule specifically for these duels, by the way, where we don't let too many of the same class in the team. Because, like, let's say you have a bunch of, like, let's say you have the strongest class in duels, like a sub-rogue, for example, right? If you have 5 of them, oh, man, it's going to be rough for whoever is having to fight against 5 sub-rogues. That is how many vanishes? 2 for each? 10 vanishes? Imagine fighting against a single rogue with 10 vanishes. It is a lot. It's Koopa trying to see if he can fight through those vanishes. Get himself quite decent damage with pistol shots though. Killing Spirit right after, staying on top of WannaCry, but the man goes in for a quick reset with a vanish. Unless you got a dot on the guy, we can get him out in the open randomly. It's going to be rough. Kidney Shot does get a trinket. For Koopa, having a trinket like that early, really, really weird. That gives WannaCry an opportunity to maybe get himself a setup. Kidney Shot right after. Maybe you have himself a proper go. Got himself a couple pistol shots. Get himself decent damage in though. Cry just trying to think if he can buy himself as much time, but I don't know if he'll have it to an evasion. Koopa charging out. Cry showing his back to the guy. Just get a shot right in the back. That's not going to help him. Cheat death right after. Cry could go down. Got himself a kidney shot. Looking for a reset. Is it going to be enough though? Koopa needs to get around the corner as soon as possible. I don't know if he'll be able to. Cry almost got himself a reset. Sab by Koopa. It looks like something keeping him in combat though. Kidney shot, super DR'd. Maybe it'll be enough. Does he go down? Koopa just needs one little global, one little pistol shot. And it's just over unless somehow he turns it around blind last second. What? Cry is actually turning around. Probably good idea to blind him on a cloak though, because it was going to be dodging anyway. And Koopa does end up going for the ambush. Man, that was actually a lot closer than I expected. Plus, try not to give you a breather. So try to get you a... Let's get you a sap, actually. You have an out? That's it. I think it's over. Unless... I was going to say, unless maybe he opens up with a Shadow Strike. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. Tarion, last one over in Team 1. Has to fight versus 2 rogues and at least 1 warrior. He's going to have to hold the fort for this one. Bladestorm, Blush does get hit with a throw weapon. At least unable to get himself a proper reset. As Tarion looking to catch up to the guy, but he realizes that enough time has been spent. Does still have a bleed on him. He's able to get himself a quick charge. Banner down for the disarm. Stun right after onto Plush. Able to lock him down for a bit. Bleed to follow. If you can put enough pressure into Plush, those bleeds are eventually going to wear him down. Does go on for maybe a cloak. May need to be looking for a cloak. That's a lot of bleed damage. Big damage on a Tal. Got himself a parry. You can't really go attacking the guy face first. And for Tal, at least it's going to be a bit of a reset. Plush looks like dots are completely gone. Cloak was used picking up the eye. And if Plush is fast on a draw, maybe he can get himself a go. Zerkers? No Zerkers. Gouge? Kidney? Does have a trinket. Decided I don't want to let the rogue get the proper opener here. Disarm to Tal. Not taking the most amount of damage though. Might actually be kind of okay for a bit. Defensive stance, at least just to tank up a little bit of forefront damage while the rogue goes in for evasion. But I fear is going to just be able to strike him still for a moment. Wait out the defensive. Blush looking for an escape. Blind right after Stealth finally got a Warbreaker. Maybe the bleeds will keep you out of stealth long enough for Tel to reconnect, but it's going to be kind of rough. Tel is trying for it. Got himself a leap, looking to catch up to Blush. Unless you get a good line of sight of the guy. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to make out of there like a bandit. Not much you can really do in that situation. This is going to go for a charge. Stun. Is able to catch up Blush with a Bladestorm in order to deny any kidney shot. Blush trying to see if he can get out of there. Dalaran almost stayed on top of the guy. I think there should still be a bleed on him though. Kidney shot, defensive stance. At least he's tanked up. That's going to be a lot of damage taken. Maybe we survive these. He's going to have his cloak proccing that or his necklace. I'm not even sure because the Skiaska put it out. He's playing a necklace shield thing, which is really interesting. Warbreaker onto Plush. Bladestorm right after. Plush can't really stop this one. Can't really respond there. Might be cheat death. Big execute cheat death right now. Got enough bleeds on him. I think it's just over. And Tal does end up slamming it. But from one rogue into the next, Tal is not in a great spot. No trinket. Parry's available. I think he needs everything to be able to fight Grifka here. But maybe at least Grifka is going to give him a bit of an honor duel. At least a bit of a chance here. Tal maybe can hold his own. 30 seconds on a trinket. I don't know if he would give him enough time to wait all 30 seconds for a trinket. But that'll probably be the difference maker though. High dampening, you can't really heal. Tal, if he plays this perfectly, there's a chance. But this is a sub-rogue. And it is Grifka. He does like to play it slow. He isn't an aggressive rogue. He'd rather play slow or steady. Wait for cooldowns, wait for CC, wait for stuff. So for Tal, may not really be the best situation. I feel like with an aggressive rogue, there's a chance they'll make a mistake. And you can exploit that. but when they play super safe, they're airtight. Trinket immediately out of Tell, cheap shot right after by Grifka with the disarm to follow. He's trying to see if he can build up some damage. Evasion for Griff immediately. Tell looking for a bit of a catch up and heal. Fear right after. No more Trinket to deal with the Rogue. So if you can give yourself a proper warrior go, Grifka may not be able to really respond to it. Banner down in case it's going to be a kidney shot. Blind, but that's actually going to be really short. Oh no, he does end up taking the banner. He still should be able to get in combat. No, kidney shot right after. Do you live this? Are you in defensive stance? That is my question. Survives the secret technique. It looks like he was tanked up and ready to go. Grifka with immediate vanish as soon as the damage goes out. Hopefully he got a rupture on a Tell. It looks like he did, denying him that second win healing. No! He doesn't. No, he made a mistake. Tell actually able to catch up quite a lot of healing right now. All that progress is just kind of off. Got himself reflect in case there's another secret technique in case the Rogue does open back up. Bladestorm, DFA out of the Rogue, but kind of flies right back into the blender. Strongbolt right after. It may be enough damage. Tell got a bleed. That's a lot of pressure into Grifka. Could cloak. May want to cloak it. Does pop back over. No, you just saw. Tell does end up walking off the platform, not when he meant to. Stone into Grifka. Oh, no way! No way! He just won that! No way! He turned that around with that shockwave. Are you kidding me? Tell my man, Root is gonna be in. Trying to see if he can shut it down. Tell probably, hopefully he's just as excited as I am. That's a high. You have no idea how many times I've seen Rogue just walk in. And there's some victories where I'm just like, man, it just feels like the odds are stacked against you. But this guy, Warrior, I feel like odds are stacked against you versus Sub-Rogue in most cases. But Tell gives me hope. Parry up for both of them. Root trying to see if he can back up out of there. He got himself in a good spot. If Root plays carefully, he has Tell in a situation where he doesn't have the cooldowns. That's a lot of pressure. Root needs to find a way to stabilize. Fear is available. Maybe Disarm. Fear onto Tell, breaks out of it, but oh, Tell just takes and rises that high all the way to the victory. My God, 62% dampening. God. Tell, I missed you, buddy. I missed you. This is my favorite warrior on EU, favorite arms warrior on EU. I can't be given that much disrespect to my man Kragar, but this is my favorite warrior on arms warrior on EU side, man, from these 5v5 duels. My goodness. Let's get us another going. Yo, Kiosk.